Black screen. Text, a color presentation of CFPL TV News, London, Canada. TV host wearing a suit sits at a desk with a copy of Midweek magazine.
When you speed in a motor vehicle, you're increasing the probability of two events. One, accidents, and two, that you're going to get a ticket. With the advent of the Ontario Provincial Police's aircraft patrol, no amount of watching the road ahead or your rear-view mirror is going to protect you from that eye in the sky. Your only warning is the white T-shaped marks on the edge of the pavement and a sign which informs you that the aircraft patrols that strip of highway.
If you pass the sign at about this speed, you're probably already in trouble. Up ahead sits this officer. He's called an interceptor. Upon instruction from the aircraft, he's going to hand out a ticket. Overhead, Constable Tom McKenna watches the traffic flow beneath him, fingers poised on two stopwatches, waiting.
Green-colored vehicle, stand by first position. Okay, he's coming up in the left lane, number 3 to you now, second car behind the tractor-trailer unit.
From up in the aircraft, the cars and trucks on the ground appear very small as they travel along the highways. The pilot and Constable McKenna keep close watch of the vehicles. Constable Tom McKenna holds up a stopwatch. He writes on a spreadsheet.
That's 10-4. He's pulling off there just west of the overpass. That's 10-4. That's the correct vehicle. 91 miles an hour is the high clock. Charge 87 at 9:45.
Down on the highway below, the interceptor pulls over the green vehicle.
2562 AC2, I have one for you. 945. 88 miles an hour at 10:07. 88 at 10:07.
The interceptor exits his cruiser and flags down another car to the shoulder of the highway.
High clock in this vehicle is 90. 10-4, that's your vehicle there. It's 88 miles an hour at 10:07. 88 at 10:07. High clock was 90. 90.
The speeder hears from the airborne observer himself through a portable speaker the intercepting officer carries with him. That voice from the sky tells him that he is about to be charged with exceeding the speed limit at a certain rate. On top of that, the driver hears that he has even been clocked at higher speeds, which, although not being included in the charge against him, are still a matter of record. Overhead, the observer fills out an occurrence with a description of the vehicle and the various speeds it was timed at. On the ground, the ticket is written out and handed to the violator. It's all precise and black and white. Looking at it in a sporting light, the speeder has about as much chance of breaking the law and getting away with it as fish do when, as the saying goes, you're shooting them in a barrel. The speeder isn't the only concern of the airborne observer. He's watching for all types of violations of the Highway Traffic Act. Following too closely, weaving from lane to lane, and driving too slowly are just a few. And there's plenty to keep him busy. Very few get away, even when they do get by the interceptor in heavy traffic.
I have one coming to you. It's a light-colored station wagon with brown side paneling just alongside the tractor-trailer unit there. Can you go after him? We'll stay with him. Going into the service center there. Pulling into the service center. That's 10-4. That's the vehicle and that's the driver. 90 miles an hour at 11:18. 2562 AC2. I have one coming to you here. 88 miles an hour at 10:20 with a high of 90. 88 at 10:20. High of 90. It's black.
The police cruiser pulls into the service center and finds the vehicle.
On the day we went along with the aircraft patrol, it was working over a strip of the 401 near Woodstock. In 2 hours, 24 speeders had been charged with speeds ranging from 80 miles an hour to 95 miles an hour. I asked Constable Tom McKenna if the aircraft patrol is more effective than ground radar.
Oh, yes, very much so.
How about the 401? Is it more difficult to handle than your regular smaller highway?
No, not really. The only problem that we have there is the safety of the interceptors and the motorists, too. We have to be very careful pulling the cars over.
How about on a busy holiday weekend, say? Do you have problems there?
Yes, on a busy weekend we have to be extra cautious because of the amount of traffic, and of course it's 2 lanes and 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. We don't take unnecessary chances. If we can't get a violator stopped, we just let them go. The stopwatches themselves are marked off into a 30-second sweep rather than the normal 60-second sweep on a watch. And the watch is of a type that the watch runs continuously. When I press the button on the top of it, all that does is just start the hand in motion. The watch itself is already running. And what we do is when the vehicle comes up to the vertical arm of the first tee in line, I will actuate the watch. Then as it crosses the next tee, I stop the watch and take the reading off of the watch, apply it to a chart, which I carry in the aircraft. And this is just a quick way of determining the speed. I've worked all the speeds on the chart out myself mathematically, so I do know that they are what they say.
How many readings do you usually take in a fella before you stop?
We take at least 2, and in many instances, particularly on the 401, we'll take sometimes 7 and 8. And we charge the violator at the lowest reading that we get. Many instances we'll have variance of 4 or 5 miles an hour between the readings, but he'll be charged at the lowest one rather than the high clock.
In the London region, traffic control and the aircraft patrol are supervised by OPP Traffic Sergeant Glenn Heckingbottom. As I told you earlier, there's no sporting chance allowed for a reckless driver. The observation of them is a precise and clear-cut matter. The reason, of course, is that speed on our highways is not a sporting matter. It causes death and injury in accidents. When these accidents occur too frequently in a given area, that's where the aircraft patrol enters the scene. Sergeant Heckingbottom.
Well, the reason the aircraft patrol is used is to try to reduce the accidents in these areas where we're experiencing a very high accident rate.
Now, the section on the 401 near Woodstock, have you found that it is a higher accident rate than other sections?
It is one of the high accident rates. It is most suitable for marking. This was the reason why it was selected. Also, that the majority of the accidents were being caused through speed and other types of violations.
Now, do you find that the Sky Patrol has had an effect on reducing accidents in these areas?
Yes, we have. It has been keeping the accidents to a minimum, and in some cases reducing the accidents.
Now, on these maps that indicate the accidents on the highways, the different colors on the pins indicate different things.
Yes, there's 4 different colors on the maps here. One is a red color, which indicates a fatal accident. Blue indicates personal injury accidents. Yellow indicates property damage accidents, and the white pins indicate accidents that do not exceed $200.
And the density of these pins makes it quite easy to see why you're in these areas.
That is correct. This is part of the survey that we would make is from these maps, plus other statistics that we would have at
Large
hand.
clusters of various colored pins on a
So
chart.
when you take to the highway in your car, you may be watched, but it's for your own safety and that of others too. George Clark for Midweek Magazine.
Black screen.